Hello, Potato, and welcome to the rarity that is a Midweek Magic. So, it's December starting tomorrow if you watch this the day it releases, which means it's going to be kind of all holiday stuff, mostly Lego, for the next month. And I've realized we have an accumulation of a certain genre of item that it's either do it now or wait until January, because I'm probably going to do pretty much all holiday themed stuff going forward until Christmas. And that category is Mousewares. Yes, I did not misspeak. I said Mousewares, not Housewares. Mousewares is actually a line put out by Disney of Mickey-themed, generally Mickey-themed, household items. And now not everything we're looking at today is actually officially part of the Mousewares line. One thing isn't even actually officially Disney, but it's all home-related stuff. And speaking of home-related, let's start with the single biggest item, which is this. The home floor mat. This is not a doormat. It does not have a sticky back, and there are some like little rubber knots here to keep it from sliding around too much, but it does not stick. It's not super stable, and you wouldn't want to wipe your feet on it. There's no bristles or anything. It's just kind of one of those jute things. It is, of course, got the big long Disney tag. Information on it, one size. Well, good, you can't get multiple sizes of floor mats. Anything interesting about what it's made out of other than being made in China? Keep away from fire. Well, that's generally a good idea. But yeah, it's just a big home floor mat. I figure this is the new Live, Laugh, Love. I've seen the home thing with a heart for the O, or the state of California, or the state of Texas, or whatever. I think I've seen something with like a Mickey head there. Home is clearly the new Live, Laugh, Love. So yeah, we have a line of home things. There's other things in the home line too. There's like a throw pillow, and I'm sure there's some wall hangings, and there's this thing. A little metal home with, again, the castle as the O. This is called Figural Decor, and it was $24.99. I don't know if any of this stuff is available on Shop Disney still. We've had these for a little bit. Like I said, it's kind of been an accumulation of things. There's only a couple things here that are actually received in the last couple of weeks. Everything else has probably been building up for most of the year. It's just, I haven't found a good place to put them, and I like to theme these videos a little bit, and so now we're doing that. Does the floor mat have a price on it? It was $34.99. I don't know if my wife purchased any of these things on sale or not. Suffice to say, these are pretty much all my wife's items. I don't have a whole lot of the Mouseware stuff, although there's one thing that I did choose, and that'll be the last thing. It's the thing that's not actually by Disney. So yeah, those are the home items. And I don't know if there'll be more going to this collection or not, but I know there will be more stuff made of it. And again, I do believe this is the new Live, Laugh, Love. Now on to the actual Mousewares branded items. I'll start with the largest one, which is maybe the second largest one. But it is this. This actually is part of the Mousewares line, and it's a cooling rack. It's kind of an oddly shaped cooling rack, but I mean, if you just want to set up stuff on your counter to look like you bake when you maybe don't bake so much, this is a cute little addition. Otherwise, I mean, this could be useful for using putting pots on it, a couple like little saucepans there and a larger saucepan there. It's fairly flexy, which is normal for a cooling rack. And it was not priced. I think this actually came in a box. I believe it actually came in a box, which, the way Shop Disney tends to ship things is probably a good thing. But it's a basic cooling rack just shaped like Mickey's head. And I'm not mocking. After all, I have bought, intentionally, by my choice, bought Barry Lewis themed Silpats. And speaking of Silpats, here's our next item, which may actually be a little bit bigger than the cooling mat there. And it is, again, a Mousewares branded item. A silicone pastry mat. So can I get this out of here without ripping it? We'll see, it was $19.99. And we looked at Silpats on here before. Barry Lewis ones, and I think we looked at a couple other ones too. But maybe actually been some Disney ones in the past too. But yep, it is a silicone baking mat. Although I don't know if I'd want to bake on this one. It looks really more like it's meant to be used on the counter when you are like rolling out your pie and stuff. It's got some lovely built-on measurements. Measure the circumference of your pie or your cookie or whatever dough you're working with, trying to make it round. You can measure the number of inches that way. We have little drawings of Mickey and Donald and Goofy and Minnie, all just like cheering you on. Well, Donald isn't cheering. Donald looks pretty angry. And generally, is this actually a proper... It says bake mat on the thing, right? It is a pastry mat. Can you bake with this? It does not seem to say. Yeah, I don't know if it looks a little thin, but I mean, you probably could put it in the oven. But I don't see what actually says anywhere on it. So maybe best not to. Maybe just use it for measuring stuff out before cutting. It's nice. It's quite big. I think that probably wouldn't fit. I mean, that's a little big for maybe even a half sheet. So you probably couldn't use this baking anyways, even if you wanted to. It's not going to fit in any of your pans. Next up, we're going small with the Mousewares biscuit cutter. You know, if you want your Mickey-shaped biscuits in the morning, let's see, how much was it? Does it have a price on it? It was $9. I think we actually, to give you an idea how long this has been around, I think we bought this actually in the Disney store before they shut down for ever and ever. Like I said, we've been gathering these Mouseware items up for a little bit. We've never used it. I don't know that we ever will. I mean, does a Mickey-shaped biscuit, is that even going to cook properly? Because I would worry about getting over-baked at these narrow points. Also, kind of looks like this ear is bigger than that one. Huh. I'm going to try something just to see if that's the case. I'll put this back over here. Yeah, there's our Mickey biscuit cutter. And speaking of biscuit cutters, I guess maybe that's more of a cookie cutter. Because it would make sense for that to be a cookie cutter because these are biscuit cutters. Again, Mickey-shaped, different sizes, which is always important when getting biscuit cutters. So you have 3 different Mickey-shaped biscuit sizes here. This does not have a tag on it. This has also been sitting around for a little bit. I don't know if we got this at the store or if we actually got this from Shop Disney. I think this may have been a Shop Disney item. I mean, they've all probably been on there at some point or another. But I don't remember where we actually acquired it from. All right, so that's all of my wife's items. They're all, nice, basic stuff. You could use these in your kitchen, or you could just leave them as decoration. You could hang these on the wall or something. I don't know if you'd want to risk damaging them by using them. But then again, what's the point of having kitchenware if you don't use it? So the last item, and it's either the most recent edition or the Silpat here is. I don't really remember. But the last item is actually not from Disney at all. We actually picked this up at the Harvest Festival a couple of weeks ago, which last year I did a video on that from the Harvest Marketplace. This year, no filming allowed, so there's no video coming of that. But we still found a few things to buy there, but we saw a booth that had something that, if I picked it out, and it's Disney, you can probably guess it's maybe one of 3 things. And the thing you're thinking of first is probably the right one. It is a set of Haunted Mansion coasters from the Gloomy Cottage. She had a number of different ones. She also had Christmas versions of all of these where they had lights and red noses put on them. But here we have Sarah Sally Slater from the Stretching Room. They're basically just painted tiles or probably not actually painted, probably some sort of application with a cork backing so they don't slide. We have, of course, the Hatbox Ghost, because you have to buy anything with the Hatbox Ghost on it. We have Phineas, Gus, and Ezra, the Hitchhiking Ghosts. And finally, Welcome, Foolish Mortals. Yeah, I bought the whole set. These are the 4 she had. Like I said, she had Christmas versions of some of them too, or maybe all of them. I know he had a red nose in one version. I don't remember if they all had Christmas versions or not. She also had a lot of Harry Potter themed stuff and some other interesting ideas, other interesting things. She had little globes. I think there was some stuff with Madame Leota on it. I don't think it was one of these though. Might have been a Christmas one of these. Yeah, there's little coasters made of kitchen tile that she has added her design onto. Not licensed. Disney receives like this. And wow, that Silpat really is quite tacky. It sticks. I wonder if that'd be a problem with your dough. I guess you're gonna flour it, aren't you? Anyways, that is our Mousewares collection of items. About half of it's actually Mousewares, about half of it isn't. I guess technically more than half, because these 4 are, these 3, this counts as one item, right? These 3 aren't. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you found it all interesting or entertaining. It is probably about the last thing I'm going to do that's not Christmas related. There might be a Weekend Magic that covers like pins and stuff. And there certainly will be keys. I've got keys. I've actually got a key that I meant to put in last week's video, and I didn't do it. I don't have it here, so I'm not going to do it now either. So I hope you found this at all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video, which I believe will be the start of our advent calendars. So, yay! Come back for Lego December.